I'm Dr. Paul Van Valen. I was reading in a little news post today that people are having dreams of the pandemic. It's invading the content of people's dreams, which is perfectly understandable. You see, 80% of what you dream is affected by the last thing you think about before you go to sleep. And so if you go to sleep thinking about the next day, you may have dreams about tasks to do or that sort of thing. If you're dreaming about financial worries, you may have anxiety-invoked dreams. And in this case, if you're watching the news late at night or you're checking little posts on your phone, you're inviting your mind to dwell on that throughout the night. So the biggest help for this particular situation is gratitude. I invite everyone to have something by your bed. I prefer something you actually physically write. And so you write down 3 things that you're grateful for. You try to make that the last thing you think about before going to sleep. Make them little things. I had a nice slice of tomato on my sandwich. I really enjoyed looking out the window and seeing the rain patterned on the window sill, that sort of thing. So you want them to be small so that every day you're able to look back with gratitude on something that day, call it good, and then you make that the last thing you think about. So you write these 3 things on this pad of paper, you set it aside, you turn the light off, and you try to go to sleep thinking about those things. If your mind gets busy on other things, you begin obsessing or worrying or you can't go to sleep, get up and do it again. And if you're a person who's really struggling, I've been through lots of periods of insomnia, so I'm an expert on how not to sleep. But if you're really struggling, get out of bed. Don't just lie in bed for hours and hours. Get out of bed, maybe go read a neutral something in another room, come back, lay down and try again. And I'll have other tips about sleep. Again, I've had lots of practice trying to figure it out. God has blessed me with a good night's sleep steadily through this whole thing. But every night, one of my habits is to just thank God for very specific things during the day. Try to make that the last thing I think about before I go to sleep. Talk to you soon. Bye.